As our train journeyed from Italy into Switzerland, the scenery shifted dramatically. The vibrant hues of houses framed by azure sea waters gave way to charming wooden chalets nestled among tall alpine trees and lush green fields, all set against the majestic backdrop of snow-capped mountains. Over the next 5 days, we'll be exploring the stunning Bernese Oberland region of Switzerland, a place of natural beauty and peaceful alpine landscapes. Bernese Highlands is the highest and southernmost part of the canton of Bern. Apart from the natural beauty, the region is also the zenith of Swiss mountain railway technology. As we neared Interlaken, we were greeted by serene green lakes, lively brooks, and narrow bridges that seemed to delicately connect the picturesque landscapes, setting the tone for the natural beauty that awaited us. After 3 scenic train rides, we arrived in Lauterbrunnen, a charming village nestled in a lush valley surrounded by towering cliffs and stunning waterfalls. This will be our home for the next 5 days as we explore the beauty of the Bernese Oberland region. The next day, after checking the weather, we rode up to Jungfraujoch, famously known as the top of Europe, which is home to Europe's highest railway station, offering stunning panoramic views of the alleged glacier, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Taking in the stunning views of snow-capped mountains, Swiss cows grazing on lush green meadows, and fields dotted with vibrant wildflowers, we arrived at our first stop, Kleinscheidegg. From Kleinscheidegg station, we could capture 3 peaks, Eiger, Mönch, and Jungfrau. From here, we boarded another train to Eiger Glacier, where we had a brief 5-minute stop to capture the breathtaking alpine views. The journey then continued with a steep, almost vertical climb to Jungfrau. Upon arrival at the top of Europe, we enjoyed a quick breakfast surrounded by the pristine beauty of snow-capped peaks before making our way to the observatory. The Sphinx Observatory is an astronomical observatory located above the Jungfrau. At 3,571 meters, it is the second highest observation deck in Switzerland and one of the highest observatories in the world. From the Sphinx Terrace, we enjoyed the longest glacier in the Alps towards Italy, France, and Germany. From the observatory, we walked through a series of tunnels that highlighted the incredible efforts, skills, tools, and resources involved in constructing the highest railway station in the world. Our journey led us to the fascinating Ice Palace, a mesmerizing world carved entirely out of ice. After exploring the ice palace, we arrived at the glacier platform where we enjoyed the crisp alpine air and had fun playing in the snow surrounded by breathtaking mountain vistas. On our way back from Jungfrau, we chose a different route. From Eiger Glacier, instead of taking the train back to Kleinscheidegg, we boarded the Eiger Express, a state-of-the-art trackable gondola. The 15-minute ride offered a smooth and scenic experience, gliding over lush green slopes, rocky cliffs, and alpine meadows. With panoramic windows, it was the perfect way to soak in the breathtaking beauty of the Bernese Alps before arriving in Grindelwald.
It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Upon arriving in Grindelwald, we stepped into the lively square at the bus station, surrounded by quaint shops, cozy cafes, and stunning views of the towering mountains, a perfect spot to soak in the village's vibrant yet serene atmosphere. From Grindelwald, we boarded a bus to Rosenlaui Glacier that wound through the hilly terrain, offering breathtaking views of lush meadows, dense forests, and towering peaks.
A nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Instead of getting off at the Rosenlaui stop, we continued to Schwantemat, the next stop. From there, we embarked on a 20-minute hike back to Rosenlaui, following a picturesque trail that led to the stunning Rosenlaui Glacier Gorge, a natural marvel carved by centuries of glacial water, with its dramatic cliffs and rushing streams inviting us to explore further. During the 20-minute hike from Schwantemat to Rosenlaui, we were accompanied by the soothing sound of a brook flowing alongside our trail, while the towering Wellhorn stood in the backdrop. This impressive peak, rising to 3,688 meters, is part of the Wetterhorn group and is known for its striking, rugged summit. After arriving at the Rosenlaui Glacier, we took a moment to relax and enjoy a quick lunch. We savored a hot sausage, a hearty meat soup, and a refreshing beer perfect for recharging before continuing our exploration of this stunning natural wonder. As the hike through the gorge wasn't stroller friendly, I decided to venture through it on my own, leaving behind Baby and Bushen to relax and enjoy the surroundings while I explored the trail. For over 100 years, Rosenlaui Glacier Gorge has delighted nature enthusiasts. On its way from the 5 kilometers long glacier to the valley, the Weissenbach River has cut a deep path in the chalk and slate rock face. Massive waterfalls, romantic grottos, bizarre rock formations, the trail through Rosenlaui Gorge offered an immersive journey into the heart of nature, winding through narrow passageways between towering cliffs and alongside a rushing brook that had carved its way through the landscape over millennia. The atmosphere was serene yet powerful, with the sound of cascading waterfalls filling the air as they tumbled down the cliffs. While the hike up through Rosenlaui Gorge was strenuous, with its steep inclines and rugged terrain, the hike down was much easier. The following day, we started early with a quick breakfast before setting out for Oeschinensee, one of the most stunning alpine lakes in Switzerland. Our journey began with a brief stop in the picturesque town of Thun, where the medieval old town and serene views of the Thun Lake offered a moment of calm. From Thun, we headed to the charming mountain village of Candlestick, where we boarded a scenic cable car that gently ascended through rolling meadows and dense pine forests, offering sweeping views of the valley below. Once at the top, we began an easy 15-minute hike to the lake. The trail was well maintained and gently sloped, making it accessible and enjoyable. As we walked, the path meandered through alpine meadows filled with wildflowers, with the sound of cowbells adding to the quintessential Swiss experience. Each turn revealed glimpses of the turquoise blue lake, nestled beneath towering cliffs and snow-dusted peaks, building anticipation as we got closer. By the time we arrived, the sight of Oeschinen Lake, shimmering like a jewel in the heart of the mountains, was nothing short of breathtaking. Upon arriving at the bank of the lake, we found a spot to relax and enjoy the serene surroundings. For lunch, we unpacked a light meal we had picked up from a supermarket earlier, a simple yet satisfying spread that paired perfectly with the stunning views. After the meal, I couldn't resist the allure of the lake's pristine turquoise waters. Despite knowing how cold alpine lakes can be, I decided to take a refreshing dip. The chilly water was invigorating, a bracing contrast to the warmth of the afternoon sun, and the experience was both thrilling and rejuvenating. After enjoying our time at Oeschinensee Lake, we made our way to Blausee, a hidden gem tucked away in a tranquil forest. This small yet captivating alpine lake is renowned for its unbelievably clear, turquoise blue waters that reflect the surrounding trees and mountains like a mirror. Upon arriving, we strolled along the peaceful trails surrounding the lake, marveling at its crystal clarity, which allowed us to see the lakebed and the vibrant trout swimming gracefully below the surface. The setting felt almost magical, as if time had slowed down amidst the serenity of nature. We then decided to take a short boat ride on the lake, an experience that truly brought us closer to its beauty. The boat, with its glass bottom, offered a unique perspective of the underwater world, letting us observe the trouts. Gliding across the still waters, surrounded by the lush greenery and the gentle rustling of the forest, was an unforgettable experience, a perfect way to end the day immersed in the serene beauty of Blausee. The following day, despite a gloomy weather forecast, we decided to embark on a trip to Brienzer Rothorn, one of the most scenic peaks in the Bernese Oberland. The journey began with a ride on the historic Brienzer Rothorn Railway, Switzerland's only steam-powered cogwheel railway, which has been operating since 1892. As the vintage red train chugged its way up the steep mountainside, puffs of steam billowed into the crisp air, adding a nostalgic charm to the experience. The rhythmic clatter of the train on the tracks was accompanied by stunning views of Lake Brienz far below, its turquoise waters shimmering even under the overcast sky. The train climbed through lush meadows and alpine forests, with glimpses of grazing cows and tiny wooden chalets along the way. Despite the drizzle, the journey felt magical, with the mist weaving through the trees and clinging to the jagged cliffs, giving the landscape an ethereal quality. Upon reaching the summit, we stepped into a world surrounded by clouds, with the occasional break revealing breathtaking views of the surrounding peaks and valleys. We made our way to a cozy mountain restaurant and indulged in a hearty breakfast, warming ourselves with hot drinks as we watched the weather unfold outside. Afterward, I took some time to wander the summit and capture videos of the vibrant wildflowers blooming along the slopes. The colors of the alpine flora stood out brilliantly against the grey, rainy backdrop, showcasing nature's resilience even in less than ideal conditions. As the drizzle turned into a steady downpour, we reluctantly decided it was time to head back.
What's that? Kommando. Skal ikke bli modig.
The descent was just as atmospheric, with steam from the locomotive blending with the rain to create a dreamlike scene. The views of Lake Brienz reappeared as we descended, framed by the verdant slopes and misty clouds, a mesmerizing sight that stayed with us long after we reached the base. While the weather may not have been ideal, the experience of the Brienzer Rothorn Railway, the history of its engineering marvel, and the rugged beauty of the mountain made it an unforgettable adventure.
On board. We wish you a pleasant journey and an unforgettable day on Lake Brienz.
On our way back, we decided to switch things up by taking a scenic cruise from Brienz to Interlaken. This relaxing journey offered a completely different perspective of the region as we glided across the shimmering turquoise waters of Lake Brienz. As the cruise made its way through the serene lake, we were treated to distant views of Isertwold, a quaint lakeside village known for its charming chalets and the fairy-tale-like castle perched on its edge. One unique feature of the cruise was its transparent engine compartment, which offered a fascinating view of the intricate mechanics powering the vessel. On board, we enjoyed a leisurely lunch while taking in the stunning views of the lake and its surroundings. The gentle rhythm of the waves, combined with the fresh mountain air and the ever-changing scenery, made for an incredibly peaceful and memorable journey back to Interlaken. It was the perfect way to unwind and reflect on the adventures of the day, rounding off our trip in a truly serene and scenic fashion. Upon arriving in Interlaken, we took a leisurely stroll along the picturesque banks of the Aar River, a natural gem that beautifully threads through the heart of the town. Flowing from Lake Brienz in the east to Lake Thun in the west, the Aar serves as both a lifeline and a defining feature of Interlaken, seamlessly connecting its stunning Alpine lakes. The river's crystal clear, turquoise waters, fed by glacial melt from the surrounding peaks, shimmered under the afternoon light, creating a scene straight out of a postcard. As we walked along its serene banks, the gentle sound of the flowing water added to the peaceful ambience, inviting us to slow down and immerse ourselves in the moment. During our stroll, we came across a delightful surprise: succulents thriving in their natural habitat, growing effortlessly between the cracks of sun-warmed rocks, making our walk along the Aar River all the more memorable. On our last day, we embraced a more laid-back approach, allowing ourselves to savor the final moments of our Swiss adventure at a slower pace. In the morning, we boarded a train from Lauterbrunnen for a short 10-minute ride to the charming Alpine village of Wengen. Perched on a sunny terrace above the Lauterbrunnen Valley, Wengen is a car-free haven that exudes tranquility and traditional Swiss charm. Upon arrival, we set off on a leisurely stroll through the village, wandering along its quaint streets lined with wooden chalets adorned with colorful flower boxes. The peaceful atmosphere was a refreshing change of pace, with only the occasional hum of an electric cart or the distant sound of cowbells breaking the quiet. The crisp alpine air and the slow rhythm of life in Wengen made the experience feel like stepping into a serene storybook setting.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the never stop. As we shout from the top, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop. As we shout from the top, we're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
In the evening, we finally took the opportunity to explore the enchanting village of Lauterbrunnen, a place we had called home for the past 5 days, but hadn't yet had the chance to fully discover. As the golden light of the setting sun bathed the valley, we set off on a leisurely stroll, immersing ourselves in the tranquil charm of the village. By evening, the bustling village, often crowded with tourists during the day, begins to quiet down, revealing a more serene and intimate side of Lauterbrunnen. We wandered along babbling brooks, their crystal clear waters flowing gently through meadows dotted with alpine blooms. The soft, rhythmic gurgling of the brook accompanied us as we walked, blending harmoniously with the distant sound of cascading waterfalls and the rustling of leaves in the cool evening breeze. The traditional Swiss chalets, with their warm wooden facades, stood in quiet harmony with the dramatic cliffs that framed the valley, creating a scene that felt like a step back in time. Our exploration led us to a cozy, inviting restaurant where we indulged in a traditional Swiss fondue. The rich, melted cheese paired perfectly with the warm ambience of the eatery, offering a delightful way to savor the flavors of the region. After dinner, we began our walk back, taking a slightly different route through the village. Passing by the small, peaceful cemetery, we couldn't help but notice its charm, a quiet resting place adorned with neatly arranged flowers and set against the dramatic backdrop of the valley. As we strolled through the magical streets of Lauterbrunnen one last time, the calm of the evening allowed us to fully soak in its essence, cherishing the serene beauty and unforgettable memories it had given us over the past few days.